Welcome everyone to the Ultimate Racing League and our Tuesday night championship, the Tuesday night rivals. This is a concept new to a lot of the guys here. It's to bring legendary rivalries in the motorsport world to your screens and to see who we establish is the top dog. The first one that we're going to be doing the first season is going to be a battle between the WRX Subaru and the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. We will be using the Group 3 road racing cars as opposed to the rally cars. It's a bit of a different discipline and doesn't necessarily appeal to all, but you might see this battle being relived on the dirt races in the coming seasons, if the demand is there, of course. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, a little bit of backstory about the WRX and EVO rivalry. Really hit his peak in the mid '90s, late '90s, and into the 2000s. And the two drivers that really took this to another level were, of course, the legendary and late Colin McRae and Tommy Mäkinen. Tommy in the Evo and Colin McRae, of course, in the WRX. Back in the 90s, 1995, Colin McRae famously won the World Rally Championship, his one and only time of winning it. Unfortunately, his outright style of, if in doubt, flat out, meant that he did have a few accidents in his career, which impacted his finishing standings. But he was one of the, if not the most entertaining rally driver to watch. He won it in '95. He contributed to Subaru winning the constructors title across, I think it was 3 seasons, '95, '96 and '97. But after '95, he finished second in '96 and '97 to the legendary Tommy Mäkinen, who not only won those 2 years, but won the following 2 years, and as a result was a 4-time consecutive world champion in the sport. So what we're going to do is we're going to pit the road racing cars that emanated from that rivalry against each other across a tour of their home continent of Asia. And our first track is going to be at the legendary race circuit of Suzuka, and hopefully we'll have a good bit of racing, few battles. It is a team championship, so you'll see hopefully the teams working together. Race 1, Team 1 will be starting in the Mitsubishi Evo, and Team 2 will be starting in the WRX. And then race 2, which I'll bring you afterwards, they will swap cars, but the grid positions from qualifying will remain the same. And we'll see how this one pans out. Just talk you through the grid. So we've got at the front, qualifying first, Fitzy, legendary driver in the top tier of the Ultimate Racing League. Been there for a few years. Very, very quick guy, and he's bringing us the STI livery with just a few additions of the Ultimate Racing League on there as well. And then in second, we've got Osman. I think I've said to you before in my first commentary that I did last week. Another legend of the Ultimate Racing League, been around for quite a while now. Another top guy. He's qualified second, and he's in the Evo, so he's going to be in Team 1 with Fitzy in Team 2. So already we've got a neck and neck battle at the top. Moving down the grid into third, we've got Enzo. He's sporting the legendary 555 livery from the Subaru that Colin McRae famously drove. Just go back up, and obviously Osman in the Evo with the Tommy Mäkinen livery there, looking good as well. So back down to Enzo. There he is in that livery. You can see Colin McRae and Derek Ringer. Derek Ringer being Colin McRae's co-driver in the league. Just a little shout out to. Let me see. Let me get this done. There we go. So you can see on the back, the little ribbon on the back of Enzo Jack's car. It's just in support of baby loss awareness, which is a charity supporting parents going through baby loss. And last week, I believe it was last week, was Baby Loss Awareness Week. So just a shout out to them. And then we'll move down the grid. So in fourth, we've got Method. He's sporting the G-Ready Turbo Systems livery. Crazy livery. I don't think you could fit another sponsorship label on there if you tried. He's come over from the stateside, all the way across the pond, and he's hopefully going to mix it with the guys at the front. Again, Team 2, so he's in the WRX. Onwards down to Alex, or Unforgiven. He's the creator and founder of the Ultimate Racing League. He's decided to come along and join us for this little friendly competition we've got going. Got the Adrian Flux livery. I believe that's from the British Touring Car Championship. Please feel free to correct me in the comments. It looks that sort of livery, but there he is, ready to go in fifth. Also part of Team 2. Moving down the grid to Monkey. Now, we ain't going to miss Monkey, are we, in that car? All the colours under the rainbow there. Red Bull stickers all over the place, and absolutely crazy looking livery. Really good work, though. And we look forward to seeing what Monkey can do for Team 2 again in the WRX. As you can clearly see, WRX seems to be the fastest of the cars in qualifying, with only Osman managing to put it above 6th place. And then another top tier boy in the Ultimate Racing League Sunday leagues, we got TLR Smith. Smithy's been around a little while as well, usually competing at the front. He's in the Evo and obviously in Team 1. Struggled a little bit with qualifying, I think. I would have expected him to be right on the back of Osman up there, if not in front of, but he's had a bit of time away, so hopefully he can work his way up the grid and give the Team 2 boys a little bit of a battle. At the moment, he's the 2nd place for Team 1. Moving further down the grid, so I'm new to this, we've got Willard in 8th. He's sporting a livery reminiscent of I believe the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he corrected me last time, and that's where the livery's come from. It does look familiar. Looking good there, and he's also on Team 1. And then Phaser in 9th place with the Winfield livery, sporting a lot of sponsorship on there as well. Phaser really big into his endurance races. These are going to be sprint races, but I'm sure Phaser adapt quite quickly. And it's not like his usual 200 lappers, but I'm sure he'll get to grips with it as we get going. Then we've got Sai in a really sort of subtle, dark, menacing blue livery. Sai there in 10th place. Not a lot to talk about on his livery, unfortunately, but yeah, hopefully he can work his way up through the field and support the boys at the front in the Team 2 WRX. Then at the back, back in 11th, we've got Vane. Sporting a dedicated Ultimate Racing League livery, looking good, custom livery there. Some wild shapes and colours on there, so looking menacing. Part of the Team 1 guys in the Evo. At the back of the grid, we've got Fazzy. He's a new addition, so he's only sporting the standard STI livery that you get when you purchase these GR3 cars. He was a latecomer to the party, but he's going to be racing for both teams. So he's going to be sticking in the WRX for race 1 and 2, to hopefully bring points for both teams, as he's a newcomer to the racing. And last but not least, we've got URL Titters, another regular in the Ultimate Racing League leagues. Standard livery, nothing really to talk about. Another latecomer to the party. He's going to be in Team 1, so he's in the Evo there. And yeah, hopefully he sticks around and we'll see him in future races as well. But good to have you along. And we get out to the front of the grid, and we'll get this race going. Let's see what happens. All lining up in single file there. Coming down into the first corner. Fitzy's leading then. Osman in second. Osman all over the back of Fitzy going around the first corner. He's going to be looking to get in front of him nice and quickly to try and give the Team 1 boys in the EVO a real good push to get some decent points. But it looks like all WRXs are sticking tight, all holding their positions. So they're looking good for Team 2. They settled down and they're hopefully going to start working together and bringing things forward. That livery looks great on Monkey's card, doesn't it? Absolutely fantastic livery. Smith there in 7th, Willard in 8th, and Phaser in 9th, looking to try and work their way through the field to support Osman up front. Obviously a little bit of a way back, they got a few of the WRXs to pass. Smithy having a little look at the back of Monkey there. He's going to be working really hard to try and get some movement going and get up the grid. So they're just sticking with them, trying to keep the Team 2 train going. He's going to hopefully get through past these Evos and onto the back of the Team 2 boys. That's what they'd be working towards anyway. Maybe be able to hold them up and get some good points in. Then we got Vane Titters. The back Titters has picked up a half-second time penalty. Unfortunate there, but this track does open itself up to it. There's quite a few areas where you can cross those white lines. And then at the back we've got Fazzy, who's obviously Tibbers and Fazzy, newcomers. They've not spent any time in these cars, so you know it's going to be a bit of a baptism of fire for them. Back up to the front, we've got Fitzy starting to pull out a little bit of a gap on Osman. Osman trying to keep him honest there. And we've got Method, Enzo Jack, Unforgiven, Monkey, Smith, Willard, Phaser, Sai, Vane, Titters, Fazzy all coming round to complete lap 1. Let's see if we can find any little battles going on. All spread out a little bit. The guys in the WRXs in 2nd, 3rd and 4th are really just keeping formation really, making sure that nothing goes wrong and they can keep pushing and keep getting good points on the table. Smith has appeared to have dropped back a little bit off of Monkey. So he'll be working to try and pick that back up as soon as he can. Doesn't look like he's holding Willard up too much, if at all. The gap's there, but yeah, it doesn't look like Willard is putting him under pressure, so I think they're just trying to follow through if he makes a move on Monkey. Another great livery, that Method. Absolutely wild. It does look like Fitzy is really starting to stretch his legs in that WRX. It is the faster car of the two over practice and qualifying and last week. The guys have all sort of established that the WRX seems to have the edge. Obviously being involved myself, I can say brakes are much better on it and turning goes a lot better, but it is a little bit wild on the back end. It can catch you out, whereas the EVO is a little bit more stable. It's venture down the grid. Oh, we've got Monkey and what was that? Where was that going on? Monkey and Smith. And said Smith is going to be trying. Oh, hang on. Enzo Jack's dropped back. What's happened to Enzo Jack? Let's have a little look. See. Oh, there's slow moving there. Coming down into the chicane, I believe. Nice little cut on the corner on the left. Oh, he's got a bit of a kick of oversteer. He's saved it and he can get back going, but he's lost a couple of places. He's now behind. I think he's now definitely behind Smith. Yeah, behind Smith, and he's got Willard for company. Closing in on him there. He's going to want to get right back up into this, letting the Team 2 guys down in WRX there, Enzo, but I'm sure he'll manage to pull it back. He's certainly closing in on Smithy there. Smithy losing touch with Monkey a little bit, but he has got to do a bit of defensive driving now, so I'm sure he'll try and shake off Enzo Jack and start pushing on and getting back onto the tail of Monkey again. Lots of tyre spill going on. Guys are really pushing these cars, trying to get those points for the teams. Fitzy nearly into the 159s there for Fitzy on lap 2, not far off. He was doing 59s with ease in qualifying practice, so expecting this to crack that 159 over the coming laps. Does look like Osman's starting to close up now. Strong lap there in lap 2 for Osman. Method hanging on to the back of these boys, similar lap times, so looking good. Unforgiven there. Look, dropping back a little bit, but he's got a good gap between him and Monkey in 5th. Obviously the same team, so they're not going to be doing anything too crazy going forward. It looks like Monkey, Enzo Jack's got... Oh, what's happened to Smith? Let's see if we can... hopefully we haven't gone too far. Oh, there we go. So there's Smith coming round. Let's see what happened to Smith. He's obviously trying to break the tail of Enzo Jack. Oh, he's got onto the grass there. He's gone white. Oh, a bit of a tank stop. He's in the barrier. Got lucky. Didn't spin him round so he can get back on it. But he has lost the place to Willard. But that is his own teammate, so hopefully he can push. But let's go Si's trying to stick one on the inside. Is he going to make it stick? As they go off into the distance there. Good work, cameraman. Si's going to have to tuck in behind Smithy there, so Smith is, he's got Vane all over the back of his tyre as well. They're absolutely on each other's bumpers here. And Si's gone for the move up the inside. Smithy did not see that coming. And Si moves up into 8th place, Smithy down into 9th after that little hiccup. And it looks like Vane is going to try and use the draft to drag them both up, and you never know, maybe both get back past Si and start getting the team points back on. I think this battle's going to rage on for a little bit between Si and Smithy. Smithy is really pushing the back end of that WRX now. He does not want to let that go. Really wants to make amends for his little mistake back then. Is he going to dive down the inside? He's looking at it, he's gone for it. Smithy is stuck out the inside of Si there. Oh, a little bit of a kiss there. Well, that was more than a kiss. They've both stayed on the track. Doesn't look like Smithy's picked up any damage, so all's fair in love and war, as they say. And it looks like Smithy is now going to start trying to break that toe of Si and move on up to get back onto the back of Willard. He's got a little gap there, but he'll be pushing now to move up. Let's go back up to the top and see how the guys are doing at the top end. We've got Fitzy there, still with Osman for company, maintaining the gap. Consistent lap times there so far. We've got Osman getting quicker per lap, so he's obviously making him race and method, keeping them both honest. There's Unforgiven down into the 2 minutes, so he's starting to settle down into his rhythm and make a move on. Monkey there also down into the 2 minutes, so there's the WRX boys really push Enzo Jack's lap times not quite as good, but obviously he's had his own mistakes there as well. Willard pushing to try and get onto the back of Enzo Jack. Smith has broken the toe of Si now, and he's trying to clear off up the road and get back up into the battle to try and displace these WRX boys in Team 2 from what is all 5 in the top 6, 5 of them in the top 6 at the moment. So let's hopefully see some Evos battling their way through, but it's a tough ask. Oh, I've just seen that flash up. It looks like Osman has just gone and got the fastest lap of the race. Oh, look at that, just 4 1,000ths of a second difference as they came across the line that lap. Those two are really pushing each other to the limit. Absolutely driving the nuts off those things. Testament to Osman for pushing that Evo like that, because I think from racing around there myself, The EVO was quicker in, I think it was sections 1 and 2, but the WRX came into its own in the final 2 sectors, and I think there's probably about 3 or 4 tenths a lap difference between the 2 cars on average, really, which is quite a lot. It's enough to be able to make some moves if you're stuck behind and you've got that lap time in you, so it'd be interesting to see how race 2 pans out when they switch the cars, because the Team 2 guys did have a really good qualifying and they were all up there. So when they sit in the EVO next race, it'd be interesting to see if they can extract what Osman's extracting out of this EVO, as we watch him trying to chase down Pitsy. We've got Method there losing touch with the guys at the front a little bit now. Just through their outright pace and how hard they're pushing each other. Method just sort of on his own a little bit now in third. Unforgiven there in fourth. He's still got Monkey about the same sort of distance back, and then Enzo Jack right up on the back of Monkey. He ain't gonna be doing anything crazy. Just be sitting there with him, trying to push him along. Team game after all. I think Enzo probably like to be pushing on in front, given he had a pretty good qualifying, but let's hold station and keep the Team 2 guys in the top places. Back at Willard there, he's got a bit of a gap back from Enzo, a little bit of gap in front of Smithy, so those boys looking comfortable where they are at the minute, but they're not going to be happy with that. They're going to want to push on and get some headway. Having a look down, we've got Tillers there in 11th. Sorry, Vane in 10th, Tillers in 11th. Oh, it looks like Phaser is having a bit of a go there. Not sure what happened to Phaser. Oh, it must have been a while back we lost Phaser off the back of the group. Such a shame. Really good guy, quick racer. Unfortunately, a couple of mistakes here and there stops him getting up there with the top guys, but he's working damn hard and he is getting quicker and quicker by the race. Whether it be this or whether it be the Sunday League, he is making good progress. Like I said in the intros, he's big on the old endurance races. Regularly gets invited along to the 200 lappers. Love to do it myself, but don't know if I'd have the concentration to keep that going for 200 laps. Fair play to him. It's Fazzy that we saw getting all out of shape coming around that corner there. It's nice to have some newcomers along like Fazzy and Tillers, but it does mean they are a bit new to it and new to the cars and to the feel of the cars. So it will take them a bit to get used to. Tillers there in the EVO, not doing too bad to be fair, being new, he's still pushing along. Back up, see if we can find any battles. All looks a little bit spread out, to be honest, but we've got TLR Smith and Vane there, both on the same team, so I don't think they're going to be doing too much to hinder each other. It does look like something's happened to Smith. He's dropped back from Sai there. He obviously was in front of Sai and making a gap, so I'll save Smith with the blushes if he's made a mistake and dropped it on one of the corners, because like I said, couldn't find Phaser's issue, so we'll let him off, we'll let Smithy off on that one as well. Just coming up to halfway through the race now, onto lap 7 of 13. It is really looking good for the Team 2 guys and the WRXs at the moment. They're still holding out on, they're still holding the race win, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, so and Sai is there in 8th, threatening to catch up with Willard in 7th. I do agree, like most people, that the EVOs and the WRXs do seem to look better when they're on dirt, hanging the tail ends out around the corners, kicking up all the dust. But if you've ever raced in GT7, which I'm sure most who are taking the time out of their day to watch this have done, the dirt discipline is very, very different. The way you've got to drive the cars isn't for everyone. A lot of fun, but unfortunately, the more fun you seem to have, the slower you seem to be. So it's a very unique thing, and not for everyone. So it's with a new championship, keep it on the track and get people involved, get everything moving along, see how it goes, and like I said, never know, a couple of seasons time we might be able to revisit it on the dirt if everybody's invested and wants to see what goes on. One of the other things with it is dirt tracks on GT7 are limited, and one of the things with this rival season we thought would be good is to try out different tracks. So a tour of the continent of Asia, which is where both these cars manufacturers originate from, seemed like a good idea. So we're going to work through a couple of, we've got 6 race season coming up, so we're going to work through the calendar from Asia and see what that looks like as we move forward. A lot of the tracks that will be coming up are not that commonly used in racing leagues. I think people tend to prefer these F1 tracks and real life tracks to the makeshift tracks for Gran Turismo 7. But it's good to broaden your horizons and get involved on multiple different tracks. So. It's also being a slightly quieter league compared to our Sunday league, which operates over 5 or 6 leagues now. Gives a lot of the guys in the lower leagues a chance to test their skills against some of the top guys in the Sunday leagues. As we all sort of come together in this league, more often than not end up sharing the track with each other, and it's good to get your benchmark and see where you're at, see where you need to improve. The replays will be available to these guys, so any tips, tricks and different things they can all pick up on, and hopefully brings people on. It's good for newcomers as well, as we see Sai and Willard there battling. Sai is really trying to get a move on and start getting on the back of his teammates there. But Willard putting up a really tough defence. Does look like Sai's got a really good exit. Really good exit out of that corner. So he's going to have the slipstream coming down to turn 1. We'll see if he can make a move. Which way is he going to go? Is he diving to the inside? No, Willard's gone defensive on the inside. The Sai's going to have to go around the outside. He's going to try to cut back. No, he's sticking it around the outside, but Willard has gone off. Willard's gone wide. Hands Sai's at the inside. As we go, oh, great work, cameraman, missing that. Yep, Sai. Oh, Willard's gone wide again. It looks like Sai's made the new stick. Sai has made the new stick, so the WRX moving upwards. So now we have 6 WRXs. I say all 6, and there is an 8. 6 of the WRXs in the top 7. 6 in the top 7. Looks like Smith has now decided to make a move on Willard after Willard's couple of mistakes there. But looks like Smith's gone off again. Smith's in the gravel, and he's round. Oh, absolute nightmare for Smith. He's appears to be struggling to get the grips of that car as he comes back on, and all you can see there is just EVO. Team 1 really struggling with that EVO, unless your name's Osman. And of course, Osman well up front, consistent lap times in the low 2 minutes, still keeping Fitzy honest, like, literally always in his sights, just not able to make the inroads into that lead. And Fitzy there with, well, there we go, I said he'd crack the 59s, back on that 59.8. What a lap time, cracking lap time. Well, he's holding his own there. They both have cleared off though. I mean, Method almost out of sight in third. He's still putting in good lap times, but just the top two, Fitzy and Osman, just pushing each other toe to toe. No holds barred. He who makes first mistake loses race, I think, is what will be the case here. But fourth, down into fourth, we've got URL Unforgiven. A bit on his own again. Still keeping those lap times pumping in, cracking the 2 minutes regularly there. So he's really settling into that car and settling into his lap times. Monkey there doing the same thing in fifth. Looks like Enzo Jack's dropped off a bit off the back. Nothing to worry about though. It's the team's still there as we come round halfway into lap 10 and 13, so we're coming towards the back end of the race. It's quite spread out. It looks like unless we see some mistakes, we are going to be sat where we are. It looks like Smith has had another issue. It's just not coming together for him this week, this race. Hopefully getting to speed with those two and show what he can really do. But at the moment, not looking good for Fitzy or Team 1 in EVO. Fazzy there in 12. Getting those lap times down, 2 minutes 2 there, so he's got the pace there, got the pace in it. It's just, I mean, Suzuka, if you've ever driven around it, it's one of those circuits that that sector 1 is all about the flow and the rhythm. If you fall off of line, you lose so much time, and you've got to do that lap after lap. The rest of the track, again, the flow, rhythm, it's so easy to lose half a second in 2 or 3 corners of lap time. So he's quite new to the car on this circuit in these conditions, so he's gradually picking up the pace and getting settled into the scene. Phaser there in 11th after his few issues, trying to make some headway, but working with his teammates, Tidders and Vane there, Willard. It's just a shame for the Team 1 guys and Evos that they just haven't been able to push on and make any headway into the Team 2 guys' advantage. And yeah, it's a shame. But Sai obviously making the most of the quicker car and cracking the Evos eventually. Enzo Jack there is sit right back on to the back of Monkey now. Going to be sort of pushing right away to the end of the race, I expect. Good consistent lap times there. And Monkey there with the same, pushing on. Unforgiven. Race. Oh, he's coming out to the back of Method, so he is getting a move on, getting a hurry on. A good 2 minutes 0.3 there from Unforgiven last time out, so really starting to get his way into this. Method there. As Unforgiven goes wide on the bit in the background there, so he's really pushing still. I think he wants to have a piece of Method before the race is up. Osman there, still in the low 2 minutes, absolutely mental. And as if he knew I was doing the recording, TRLR Smith cropping up there with calling himself an alien, which I'm most certainly not. But thanks for the compliment there, Smithy. I'm not going to start re-recording the commentary because of your message. Hopefully you don't swear in any further messages you decide to send. Fitzy is absolutely on it on that last lap, almost cracking the 59s again. And he's purple going into this lap. Let's go on board with Fitzy for the rest of this lap. See it from the driver's eye view. Absolutely really technical track. One of the big tests of driver ability, this one. One of the hardest corners this one to get right. You want to sort of accelerate way earlier than you can. It feels so much slower than you think you can go, but the camber and everything just stops you really pushing around that corner. You just got to let it come to you and get a good exit with the straight and try and carry as much speed as you possibly can all the way down into the chicane at the end of this lap. Cut the curb on the inside on both right and left corners, and then get that power on most of it as you push your way down the straight into the lap and on to the final lap. Let's have another final work our way down the grid, which will probably take us most of the lap if we find any battles. Osman still pushing, still keeping Fitzy honest. I don't think Fitzy's going to have been able to chill out between this race, but it's good to see the cream of the crop rising and pushing each other to crazy heights, to be honest. But there we go. Both doing purple sectors here, purple sectors there. We've got Method in third. Still got You Are Unforgiven as company, but it does look like Method's got third place in the bag there. Unforgiven's still pushing on the Monkey there. In fifth, looks like he's dropped Enzo off the back. Well, it looks like lap 11. Enzo had a bit of a rough lap, but he's come back with almost cracking the 2 minutes there himself. Cy in seventh. After getting past those Evos, what was it, about lap 9, I think, something like that. He's just kept the foot down, and you can't even see the Evo behind him of Willard. Oh, there it is. Good gap there from Cy, so he's really got some good points for Team 2 there on the board. Willard going off into the distance. Cameraman is a bit off in these shots, I think. There we go. Willard there in 8th for Team 1. Obviously the second placed guy in Team 1. All the WRXs in Team 2 are in the top 7. Vane in 9th. Ted is in 10th. Phaser in 11th. Fazzy 12th, and Smithy at the back. Just drop back a little bit, and let's go up and see Fitzy cross the line as he takes the win from Osman. Great battling from these two guys. Fantastic racing. Look at those lap times. I mean, you want consistency. There it is. Absolutely crazy. Method coming across in third. Unforgiven in fourth. Here comes Monkey holding off Enzo Jack for 5th and 6th. Look at that, Enzo Jack cracking the 59s on his last time out. I think it took him a while to get settled in. There's Cy coming across the line in 7th. Good racing on the side. Willard in 8th. Vane coming round the final corner in 9th. And Phaser pushing Titters over the line. And for 10th and 11th, and Fazzy in 12th. Smithy coming across the line through 13th. There we go. So that's your race 1. I will be bringing you race 2 very shortly. Hope you enjoyed the racing. It was a bit spread out, but hopefully race 2 will bring us a few more battles and a few more things to talk about. But I will see you in race 2.